Just got the bike home, the service is due tomorrow, and I've realised that I've said it to a few people now and they're all like, no, it can't be right. But the front fork is leaking on the left. It's not the seal, it's like on the top of the fork. Also, the bike, when you put the key in sometimes, it takes like 20 seconds for the ignition to come on. There's that problem, but also when you're riding along, sometimes it just cuts out. Like, you haven't even got to be doing anything. The clutch can be fully in, and it just cuts out when you rev it or when you kind of stop abruptly, engine dies. Not all the time, it's like a rare thing that happens, but I find it quite weird. It doesn't seem normal, so a couple of things for them to look at. Let me show you the oil real quick. Yeah, pooling in here, and then it's even going all the way down here and onto the gaiters. You can see it's kind of oily on there, saucy. I am on my way this morning to the service centre. So they think that the issue with the Interceptor, like a really fast diagnosis they made, was that it could be the ignition that's going wrong with the electrics and everything else. They don't think that the engine warning light is anything to worry about. Apparently it's quite common with these bikes. But yeah, it could take up to 2 weeks for, well, obviously I go away in 2 weeks. So they've said the next 2 weeks they'll try and get it all done, get an ignition ordered in. Obviously I'm with the warranty still, so within the warranty. So that will be free of charge from Royal Enfield. So that's really nice. But fingers crossed they can get it ordered and delivered within the next 2 weeks. Let's give this thing a little test ride then. See how it goes. Can definitely see where I'm going now with these mirrors, that's for sure. Yeah, it's so weird to go from being on the Enfield, rumbling down the road, to being on this. But you know what, it definitely makes it easier to talk on this microphone because I can hear what I'm saying now rather than being drowned out by a Royal Enfield. But I also don't have a map to get home, so it's going to be fun trying to find my way home without a sat-nav today. I think I should be okay. Yeah, it's fun. It leans really easily as well. It just feels so light. I don't know what it weighs. The pegs are also quite low to the ground, so I kind of feel like every time I lean over, and I haven't really leaned it over yet, but I kind of feel like I'm, going to scrape along the floor with the pegs. Right, I need to go that way. But I can't go that way, so let's try and find a way around, I guess. Maybe I can go this way. Yeah, would you look at that? Who needs maps? Who needs maps when you can use your brain? First thoughts on this bike after riding it for about 15-20 minutes now around London. It's a great little city bike. You can definitely throw it around. It's quiet. It's really light, so filtering is super easy. It's really compact as well. Yeah, it's a nice bike. I mean, I wouldn't buy one myself. Definitely not from riding it around the local area so far, but if you want a small bike or even a first bike that's easy to handle, I mean, as soon as you lean it into a corner it goes down, so it's a lot of fun. It's really kind of stealthy, it's not obtrusive. You can ride it around. It's not a head turner like the Royal Enfield. I do feel a bit weird riding around on this in a leather jacket. But it's super quiet, super nippy, kind of perfect for riding around the city. It's agile and light. You can filter really easily on it. What is she? And yeah, it's just like one of those kind of, you can throw it around and I feel really good filtering on it. Like I almost feel like I'm on a scooter that's got a lot more power. Hopefully I get it back soon, because I just realised that we've got a ride out planned on the 29th. I don't particularly feel like doing that on this, to be honest with you. I don't feel like this is really a long distance bike. Also, like, to continue this vlog, I feel like I need the Royal Enfield Black, because that's kind of the point, right? I'm doing this journey on the Royal Enfield, so without my trusty bike, I kind of feel like a little bit like, what am I talking about now? You know, I've got nothing to talk about. But I guess we can go back to kind of more planning and more bits like that. Hopefully I'll get it back sooner rather than later, is what I'm saying. I'm in Brighton and I've spent the best part of 3-4 hours today riding around on the Kawasaki Eliminator 500. It's not a 450. I don't know where I plucked that out the air from. Obviously have done no research into this, but it's a loan bike. The garage currently have my Royal Enfield. We're waiting for a new ignition to be delivered, so hopefully that doesn't take longer than 2 weeks, because obviously I leave for Europe in under 2 weeks, which I'm currently having loads of mixed feelings about. Yeah, loads of mixed feelings. There's so much going on in life right now that it's kind of really difficult to focus on it, and also doing these entries. It's really a lot, you know. Well, they were definitely doing more than 20. But anyway, I've got a bit of a philosophical comment to make tonight, which is different for, and look at that sun, wow, which is a bit different for one of these entries. But in acting, we talk a lot about meeting the moment, meeting the circumstances, meeting the work. You know, how you come to the work influences the way you experience it massively, and I am very much feeling that with riding this bike around today. I feel like I've come to riding this bike today with I was feeling very tired this morning, a little bit bogged down and overwhelmed, and didn't really feel like riding around for 3 hours. It's kind of the last thing that I wanted to do. So my experience of this bike this morning, thanks. My experience of this bike this morning, thanks, was very much not a great one, and I really did not enjoy any of the riding that I've done today. Yeah, really haven't enjoyed today on this bike, but I don't think it's the bike. I think it's me, and the way I've been feeling today. So rather than talk about my feelings toward this bike tonight, I'm going to give it a few more days and then come back to it. Yo, so I'm currently sat down editing the vlog, and I thought now would be a good time to stick this in, but I spent summer solstice down on the beach the other night with Matthias and my best friend, and we were chatting and being introspective and reflecting on life. And recently I've been really kind of tied up in this vlog and overthinking it and stressing out about it, and I think it kind of stems from watching other vlogs and comparing myself really, and thinking, well, I need to be doing more of that, whereas really I don't, making it more cinematic, making it more interesting, making more content more regularly. That's not why I set out to start this vlog, so I'm kind of catching myself here and saying, take a step back, be more authentic, do less, and remember why I set out to do this was to capture special moments and share them or not share them, and to capture my experience of this trip through my lens, I guess, through what I see, to share with you guys. Having this camera kind of feels like you've got a companion with you, so even though I'm traveling alone, having the camera makes me feel like I have a second person with me, and I guess that is you that's watching this right now. And that's something that I've found recently, is that having the camera with me does feel like company. It feels like I've got someone else with me to talk to, someone else to share something with. And whether you choose to share that or not, it's up to you, right, I guess, or me vlogging this. But yeah, from now on I'm going to call these entries rather than vlogs, just for my own thing. I found that having these microphones makes it a bit more complicated. I can no longer be so spontaneous. I have to plug these in, turn them on, make sure it's all working, and then start recording. So I'm going to work out better ways of doing this, especially for the helmet. I might use a wired mic for that. I feel like also, I said that this is going to be a budget trip. It's kind of hard to do this on a budget. There's a lot of stuff that I still need to get a hold of. I need to get a new tent. I've looked at some tents recently, and all of that. So I'll go over the costs very soon. And that brings me to the end of entry 6. I am now about 8 days away from the trip. Don't currently have a bike, so fingers crossed that gets fixed in time. Loads of things that I need to buy before I go and make sure that I'm good on. Insurance, as well as tents and luggage, and loads of bits that I will cover in one big smashing kind of entry before I leave. That's the plan. But I've got some really cool stuff on the Kawasaki, riding around, commenting on it, talking about it with Matthias. He's got a Honda Hornet, 2001 Honda Hornet, and it's referred to as the tractor because nothing seems to break it. But yeah, that's all to come. Yeah, very exciting. I'm super excited. I just need a bike to do it on, so stay tuned for the next one.